Hey guys, Alex from 7th Hour Film back again with Black Clover. Last time on Black Clover we had the Light of Judgment. So I'm trying to parse out what happened last episode because I'm gonna be honest, the last two episodes have kind of melded together in my mind. Not in a bad way, it's just that they both kind of did the same thing, where they're fighting Liched, and it's a teaching moment for Asta, learning about Ki and stuff. The big thing from last episode is Ghosh showing up and using the reversing mirror on Liched to hit his own blast back at him. We got a little bit about Lich's plans, or like his motivation, which is the distortions in the world, the victims of the Clover Kingdom, which includes the really, really strong. Okay, sure, you want to go down that route. Nobody liked me because I was too strong. I don't know, man. If you're that strong, do something. Like, prove them wrong. I don't know, man. It doesn't matter. Anywho, so yeah, that was pretty much that. And Asta also beat up the portal guy. So yeah, it's good. Don't get me wrong, it's good. I'm not trying to like say the last episode was bad or anything. It's just that literally they both of the last two episodes, which obviously I watched back to back, but they've just kind of melded together in my mind a week later. So yeah, we should probably get going so that we can watch the next episode and I can stop having these memory problems of these episodes. So, like always, the reaction is down in the description and the pinned comment for your viewing pleasure. So let's go ahead and jump right into this episode of Black Clover. Here we go. You know, I kind of get that hitting people that can just fall asleep. Dude, my dad can fall asleep, like, immediately. He just goes to bed, he's out. And it's just like, how? I go to bed a little after 11 o'clock, and I fall asleep sometime around 1. That's on a good day. On a really good day, I fall asleep sometime after 12, but generally it's around 1 o'clock, and I gotta take sleeping pills. I've never really slept well. And I hate it too, because I'll go, like, the other, like, 2 weeks ago, I went, like, 5 days in a row where I could just fall asleep normally, and it was great. And I woke up, and I was refreshed and everything. Then the week after that, nope, back to taking sleeping pills for me, which means I wake up really groggy. But it's kind of a thing of I have to do it if I want to get any sleep at all, so anybody who can just sleep, it's just like, oh, come on, man. I want to just sleep, but I can't. Anywho, alright. Reinforcements, the third eye. So we got Ryo, or no, it was Raya. I tried to write these kind of small, so it's a little... So we got Raya, Veto, and Fauna. I am like 90% positive that Fauna was the girl in Mars's backstory. The girl from the Diamond Kingdom. But I thought she died. Maybe she got, well... I mean, I thought she died, but this is the Diamond Kingdom we're talking about, so it's entirely possible that the Diamond Kingdom brought her back to life. Because she has a very similar... It's the same type of grimoire as Mars's. But I'm willing to bet she has the two other sides. That she was sort of brought back to life by the Diamond Kingdom and repurposed. Especially because she uses fire magic primarily, where he used it as a backup. So we have to see if she uses the stone, I guess, diamond magic as a sort of backup. I don't know. But she's primarily using fire magic for offense, so it's entirely possible. It's also just very interesting just having, like, here are 3 henchmen, essentially, that are stronger than the big boss. Like, huh. that's different. And the thing, too, is because it's like, oh, they're so much stronger. Look, they were about to kill Yami. And it's just like, okay, Yami was already exhausted from fighting Lich. He hasn't had breakfast. And he's fighting 3-on-1, Like, that's incredibly not fair. Like, we're not accurately gauging how strong they are compared to him. Like, no. Now we can do a sort of accurate thing. We've got Charlotte, we've got Nozel, and we've got Jack the Ripper. Did they say his... I think they did. I just completely forgot that, so... Man, Jack the Ripper is here. Good grief. But instead of Jack the Ripper, instead of Jack the Ripper going and murdering women on the streets, someone came to him and was like, hey, why don't you be a magic knight instead? And he was like, that sounds great. So, good grief. Freaking Jack the Ripper. Why does anime keep using Jack the Ripper? How many appearances of Jack the Ripper are there in anime? Well, let me put it to you this way. There's Jack the Ripper in this, and there's Jack the Ripper in JoJo. Now, if I had a nickel for every time Jack the Ripper appeared in anime, I would at least have 2 nickels. Which isn't a lot, but it's weird that it happened twice. Now I gotta see, maybe like on the Wikipedia page for Jack the Ripper, it'll say how many times he's appeared. Jack, not Jackie Chan, Jack the Ripper. Oh, come on. Okay, Jack the Ripper in fiction. Here we go. I guess we need television. Manga, here we go. So first off, there's Black Butler. Okay. JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, which came first. That's 1987. Fate Apocrypha. Jack the Ripper. Why is he in Fate? I thought Fate was confusing enough. Record of Ragnarok. And then Black Clover. That's 5 in anime alone. Or manga, technically. That's 5 in manga alone. Why? So if I had a nickel, or every time Jack the Ripper was in a manga, I would have at least 5 nickels. Which isn't a lot, but it's weird that it happens 5 times. Why is anime obsessed with Jack the Ripper? And again, it's only 5 times, but still. Also, so they could all see the salamander spirit that Fauna has. And Asta was like, oh, it's just like the spirit that Yuno has. They never acknowledged that anybody has seen Sylph. Or what he called her Belle in one of the Petite Clovers, so but they've never acknowledged that anyone else can see her. But Asta can? And when did Asta see this? They never established that Asta could see it, I don't know. I guess Asta can see it. I guess that's just where we are now. So it is funny, though, because it's we've got these 3, the third eye, and it's like, oh, all 3 of them are more powerful than a Magic Knight captain. Number 1, bet. Number 2, still, does that mean they're stronger than the Wizard King? I'm going to say no. I don't think anybody is stronger than the Wizard King. That might be the one thing with this show. Now, maybe if all of the Midnight Sun attacked him at once, then again, probably not. Probably not. Again, I think he's too powerful, Besides, he has time magic, He has time magic. He could probably do... He has every JoJo stand ability. He has the world, he has Bites the Dust, he has King Crimson, he probably has Made in Heaven. I'm sure there's a time stand in part 7, but they haven't animated it yet. So if he just has power over time itself, time is kind of, I would say time is stronger than light, because light takes time to move. I don't know. I don't know. I have this like weird thing about time. This is not the show to go off on this, but the whole thing of like gravity affecting time is a concept I just can't get through my head, you know? Because it's like, to me, time, I guess because there's I guess there's two different kinds of time. This is also not the time to be talking about this, but it's just like, for some reason, to me, it's just like, time is sort of beyond anything to me, you know? Time is beyond everything to me. So the idea that gravity could affect something like time doesn't really make sense, because time, I don't know, which, I mean, I accept that's what it is. That's how it works, but I don't know. I don't know. It doesn't matter. Anyway, what I'm saying is, I don't think any of them are stronger than Julius, but he's not here right now, so. We don't even know how strong William is. William Vengeance. We don't know how strong he is. We've never seen him do anything, so we gotta see that sometime. We gotta see him be strong. Also, Gauche. Gauche is one of the people from the old country or whatever it was that they talked about last episode, where it's like, you know, there were the people that were loved by mana, and then humans destroyed them and took their magic, basically. Apparently Gauche is one of them, which I thought about that. I was like, you know, when Lich first showed up, and he was like, oh, well, or like he attacked him, but then last episode when he was getting healed, it's like, oh, you know, he missed all his vital organs, and it's like, okay, what's up with that? Why wouldn't he have hit those? So yeah, he cannot risk hurting Gauche, which is interesting. I don't know. But yeah, but at least the Magic Knights are here. Even Nozel, who not only is he just a general dick, but he's also racist to Yami. I mean, he sucks. He really does just suck. At least we kind of understand, you know, his like very logical brain. His siblings are worse. The two middle siblings are way worse than him. He's just, I don't know, he's just kind of a dick. He's a dick, but it's just because of his own logic in his own world, basically, you know. So, but yeah, but Fauna is definitely the girl from the Diamond Kingdom. I'm like almost 100% positive about that. Almost. It's entirely possible she's not, but I'm pretty sure she is. That could be interesting. It would be interesting if see, I want them to bring back Mars and Lotus. I don't know if they're ever going to do that, but I don't know if they're ever going to bring those two back or have more stuff with the Diamond Kingdom. Like, there's a part of me that was sort of afraid. It's like, well, we set up this whole thing with the Diamond Kingdom, and now we're going to move on to the actual plot of the show and not do that. And it's like, I don't know. I still don't know, like, if this whole Midnight Sun thing is gonna go through the whole show, or is it just, I mean, we've beaten up the leader of the Midnight Sun, and now we have, like, the three strongest people in the Midnight Sun. I feel like maybe in 20-30 episodes we're gonna be done with this arc and we're gonna move on to something else, which will be interesting. I like that. Like, I don't know. I feel like you don't get a lot of shows nowadays that do that, where it's like, we're going to have multiple stories, basically. Like, they kind of do that, like, My Hero Academia had multiple different arcs, but they were all in service of the, you know, the fight with All for One and that stuff that just devolved into shit later. That's beside the point. But this, I'm kind of wondering, are we just going to have this arc and then it stops and then we move on to a different arc? That'd be cool. That's ringing old school anime right there, you know? That's old school anime right there. It's like Dragon Ball Z. It's like, well, we're done with the Frieza arc, now on to the Android arc. And they kind of, you know, lead into each other, but they're overall 2 separate arcs. I don't know. I feel like we're going to do that, but I don't know. I don't know. I kind of hope so, because that'd be kind of cool. But then again, I guess this sort of leaves you with the question of, okay, but then logically, when does this show end? I guess with Asta becoming the Wizard King, but I don't know. We'll watch it. We'll figure it out. It's fine. And you guys already know anyway, so it really doesn't matter. I'm just spitballing here, really. So, but yeah, really, really interesting stuff. I'm curious to see what's going on next episode. So that is basically it. With all of that being said, I'm Alex from 7th Hour Films, and I will see you guys next time. Take care. Alright guys, thanks for watching this video. There's a bunch of links on screen if you want to go click around to any of those. There's a playlist with all of my Black Clover reactions, as well as another video you can go click on if you want. There's also a subscribe button and a Patreon button on screen, as well as other links in the description if you want to go check out any of those. See you guys later.